Hello everyone, it's me and I'm back again. And today we have another eBay, well it's not really eBay, it's Mercari this time, a Mercari haul, a Barbie haul. So, these dolls right here had been on my watch list on Mercari for a little while now. Mainly because of her, the brunette Sunshine Day Barbie, because she is one of my most favorite Barbies ever. I'm trying to get the glare off of her eyes. There we go. But yeah, I got the lot mainly for her. But like apparently it wasn't a coupon, it was like, I forget what it was. Basically, I don't really remember what it was called. It wasn't a well, maybe it was a coupon. It was something to where, like, if I had purchased the dolls, all I would have to pay is shipping. So I kind of jumped and I got them. They were pretty inexpensive as it was, so I wasn't, I was going to get them eventually one way or the other, but what really made me jump is someone else had them in their cart, and I was like, no, I really want another brunette Sunshine Day Barbie. And then there was also another blonde Indonesia Sunshine Day Barbie in the lot. And then we have this one. I think she came in a red dress. This is one that I have never had. I thought she had bangs. I'm glad she doesn't, because I'm not sure how I feel about that. But she has this style of body. She has the white pant. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this skirt off of her like right now, because I just noticed something. Oh, geez. Yeah, so the skirt has actually stained her legs. So yeah, I'll have to figure out something for her to wear. So yeah, this will be restricted from any of my Barbies with rubber legs. Some sort of black skirt. Yeah, she came. I'm going to take this whole outfit off and wash it anyway, so. But yeah, there was another one. She came in like a plaid dress with orange. Like it was, the color palette was orange, and there was some green. Oh. Okay, she's got a top underneath. Well, that's definitely more attractive than that, so. Okay. I like this way better. I don't even know if it's Barbie, but that's way better. Like, I like this top way better. But yeah, she has these. It's not like the bee printed underwears. They have a different, it's like paisley designs. So you can see like the leafy looking designs, and there's like little dots. Yeah, it's like paisley. Yeah, and there's little hearts. Some of them look like wings, like angel wings or something. But yeah, it's all the way around. Mattel China. 1966 is, of course, I'm pretty sure everyone on my channel knows, that is strictly the body mold info. That is not when the doll was made. All these dolls are from the 2000s, so early 2000s. But yeah, I got quite a deal on these, and I wanted another brunette Sunshine Day Barbie, and these were kind of two that were kind of, I considered just thrown in there along with it, which I'm pretty glad. I don't have this one yet. But yeah, I think since she has these, I forget what her name is. But yeah, she has the red shoes. So I'm assuming she's the one that comes in a red dress. It's like a reddish color. But yeah, she has, like the other two, she has the classic facial screening that the early 2000s Generation Girl face dolls had. So, you have the two the two white dots, the top one is bigger than the bottom. You have the little detail in the iris that looks like a gear or something. And then you have the very tiny lashes, the 2 layers of eyeshadow. This is the classic screening that so many early 2000s Barbies had. And I'm obsessed with this one, this particular screening. I love this screening so much. And she has it as well. Sometimes the eyes, when they would do them, would come out shaped differently than other ones, so it would make their eyes look vastly different, but it's at the root of it, it's still the same screening. Some of the dolls, some of the time they would have the same screening, but like no bottom lashes. So, and sometimes they would do the same screening, but they would only have one white dot in the eye. Like they would keep the top one and the bottom, like Picture Pockets Barbie is like that. She does not have the bottom dot, she just only has that one at the top. So there's different variants of the screening, definitely. And then the Indonesia one, at least this one, her screening is a little bit sloppy looking. Like when you compare it to that, how like fine everything is, and then you look at her, yeah, it's a little bit blotchy looking. And for some reason, all the Indonesia ones that have her face was done with stencils, like they did the stencil method on her. And then there's another one where they stamped her face, but the one with the stenciled method, it's always on this eye. I have another one as well. Wherever she went, here she is. So yeah, this is my first one. She was a lot more played with. And you can see that she has the same issue where the liner on the bottom of her right eye is way thicker. For some reason. I don't know why. This eye seems fine. Yeah, this one looks fine. But this one, the liner and the lashes on the bottom are way too thick looking. And this one, they just kind of smudged hers a little bit. So, I think these dolls were probably made in the same, like, well, they're both Indonesia, but I think they were both made, maybe the same person rooted these ones, because I've noticed on my original one like this, you can see where it gets thin in that spot, like the plugs get spaced far apart. So I'm thinking like maybe this one was like their first one they did and they kind of jacked her up. And so, but this one has it as well, but it's not as extreme. So you can see it gets the plug space out in that exact spot, so it's very tightly rooted elsewhere, except for that same spot. So, and they're both the same variant. I do have another Indonesia one. She's the one with the stamped features. So yes, you can see her screening turned out vastly better than this one. So you can see how much more blotchy it looks. Her expression is way softer. Her bottom lashes rubbed off at some point when I was like cleaning her. So you can see how they faded. See how a lot of her bottom lashes kind of rubbed away. But they were very fine originally. She does have a slight chipped lip right there at the bottom. But all in all, I prefer her screening and her, the method they did on her better. It looks way more tidy than this one. And especially this one, her bottom liner was just a little smudgy. And literally this one's like the worst rooting ever. They did it mainly towards the back, but look at this. Like, I think that's her serial number on the back of her head, and it's literally completely exposed. So yeah, that is how bad her rooting is. That's like a clone doll sort of rooting back there. And it goes all the way from the ear to ear on her. But whoever owned her probably didn't even notice like the thin rooting in the back or anything like that, because she was played with. She's been played with a whole lot. Her arms are like my Barbies when I was growing up. I would play with them so much that the arms would get severely loose like this. So yeah, both her arms are like this, and she also has a busted knee. So whoever owned her didn't really care. That they probably didn't notice. It was probably a little child, and they probably like, yeah, a new Barbie or whatever. And also she's missing the tip of her thumb in that hand. But one thing I love about her is she is super, or she was super squeaky. Oh, and I love these white panties they had on. The Spot Scene Barbies had these. I recently discovered there was a Daphne Barbie from the 2000s, and she had pink ones on. But I like this, like, design. I don't know, I just think these are really fancy. They're kind of fancy. It's kind of giving me, like, country vibes. Like, I don't know. Like, it's giving me, like, what do they call it? Cottagecore nowadays? I don't know. It's more like country. Like, I don't know, these seem like the type of panties that you would wear with like a sundress or something like that. But yeah, definitely love these. And yeah, there was a Daphne doll that had the same underwear. And literally the cat is trying to chew up my dolls right now. But yeah, literally I also had discovered that there was I saw one on eBay. There was a Fun Treats Barbie, the one with the articulated arms, and she has like ponytails and red lips and green eyes. And she comes with the Kelly. I saw one that had these painted underwear. So that must have been like an earlier release. So, but yeah, that's just my collection of Indonesian ones, and I do have the China one right here. So I do a little comparison between all of them. So I do have a fifth one, but a lady that was in a house fire, she was only able to get 2 dolls out. I guess she was a collector at one point, and she had given her last 2 dolls to me because she didn't want them anymore. And they both had like smoke damage on them. And one of them was a Sunshine Day Barbie. I could tell because she had the underwear and the same part line and skin tone, hair color, and all that. And the lips were still there, but her eyes were completely gone. So I've tried numerous times to repaint her. Haven't been that successful. So I might try again at some point. But yeah, for now, these are my 4 that still have all their face paint and everything. And that is the China one. So yeah, vastly different. So that's why I collect duplicates, because not only do I love Sunshine Day Barbie, but I also love all the different variants there are of her. As far as this one, the only other variant that I have come across, I do have another. So I actually have 3 of her. So this one was the one I got new in box, and she was actually an international foreign version or whatever. And it said boutique on her box instead of Sunshine Day. So I do still have her box. And of course her outfit is on this one that I have rerouted because she had a haircut. So, but the reason that she has the outfit on and all that is because this one, you can see how her body yellowed. So I'm guessing that, oh, and you can see, I didn't even notice that before. Someone must have had her in the sunlight in her box, because look, you can see where the spaghetti straps were, and right here. I can't really see it that well in person, but on camera I can definitely see it, where the dress originally was. But no, this material the arms are made of tends to degrade if dolls are kept in box for so long. out in the heat, exposed to humidity, stuff like that. So if you leave a Barbie in the box too long and she's exposed to too much humidity or whatever, then that can happen. A week later, her fingers literally fell off. Like, it looked like someone cut them off. And then I went to bend the hand, and then her whole hand just broke off. And it looked like someone had cut it. It didn't even look like a break. It looked cut. Like someone took an X-Acto knife and cut it off. And then after that, I replaced her arms, so I had to crack her whole body open and replace her arms for the sake of nostalgia, because I wanted her to keep her original body, and especially these white panties that I absolutely adored. I thought they were super fun, so I wanted her to have her body. So I stole arms from another Barbie, gave them to her. And then shortly after that, her lips rubbed off and her eyebrows came off. Now, this is what happened to my original Sunshine Day Barbie in the 2000s when I got her. Her eyebrows and her lips rubbed off. But I was super rough on her, like I played with her super rough. So that I can kind of understand. But this one, this was just for me washing her face and stuff and just regular, like, just handling her and stuff. So I wasn't super rough on her or anything. So yeah, that's why this one has the outfit. It's a real shame because this one, not only was she was a international version or whatever, but she has super thick hair. I don't think I can even gather it all up. Let me see if I can do. Yeah, so she's got thick hair. She's got a lot of it. So hopefully I can get around to repainting her and finding a good sealer to seal. You can see I've tried to repaint her lips and stuff, but it just looks like crap. So, and of course I drew her eyebrows on with some sort of Sharpie or whatever, like a brown Sharpie, and it kind of stained and looks like crap. So yeah. But I like unboxed her. I did a review of her on my channel ages ago. And I think it was before her lip paint came off. I had repainted her eyebrows for that video. And then they came off again, so. Because I haven't known what type of sealer to use. People say Mr. Super Clear, but that once you get a doll like this, it's fine for like a BJD or a porcelain doll or something like that. But if you do Mr. Super Clear on a doll like this, or Bratz dolls, it would probably work on too because their heads are harder. But like a doll like this that it squishes, Mr. Super Clear is going to crack. Like if you have the doll in storage and something accidentally sets on her face or something like that, then it's going to damage the sealer and it's going to crack all the sealer. And not only that, I've heard stories of it yellowing over time, so I much prefer to have a sealer that you like, it's like paint, you just paint it on over like a glossy varnish or something. So yeah, but this is my second one. Well, actually she is my second one, because I no longer have my original. I played with my original so much that she had like a bald spot over here. I cut her hair, maybe to like right here, because it kind of got frizzed at the ends, and I didn't know about boil washing or anything, and I didn't know about Kanekalon hair. I didn't know that the hair types had a name. So my original one, I just cut her hair when it frizzed a little bit, because I was kind of rough when combing her hair. And I didn't brush my doll's hair, I combed it. Like I would use like a fine tooth comb, and that was how I did that. So, but yeah, my original one, her hair was cut. She only had, she had a bald spot like right here. It was a huge bald spot. And no eyebrows, no lips. There was chunks, like portions of her eyes that had rubbed off. I don't know where her dress was. One of her legs had broken off at some point, and I glued it on. So And yeah, and that doll was actually the very first Barbie that I dissected one of the rubber bending legs on. So like after I dissected her leg, I glued it back on, and I was able to see what makes the mechanism and the knees bend. So that was a very, and then of course afterward I super glued her leg all back together. After I cut her leg open, I super glued it all back together, and it was very wiggly after that. But yeah, these are the only two variants that I've been able to find. There's this one that has super small eyes and more arched eyebrows. And from what I know, the Sunshine Day Barbie brunette was only made in China, so yeah, you can see how her eyes are like a little bit farther apart. They're more like this one. And her eyebrows aren't as arched as this one. So yeah, they look very, very different. And of course this one has darker hair now because I rerooted her. I harvested hair off a Gabrielle High School Musical doll to reroot her. She wasn't that easy to reroot either because her scalp kept splitting in certain areas. Like her scalp was very delicate. So right off the bat, like, yeah, you can see there, all those plugs had split, and then there was a few other areas where her scalp had, like, two holes had combined into one, like right there, there's one right there. Yeah, so her scalp was I had to be very careful with her when rerooting her. And I had to do the knot at the end method, so I tied knots at the end of each plug. And yeah, that's why she has saran hair now, and it's got highlights in it. But yeah, I got her from eBay ages ago, like 2014 maybe, 2013. Somewhere in there, and she had a bad pixie cut, so I wound up boil washing her hair down, and it kind of started to look like a bob after a while, but I wanted her original hair length and everything back, so I didn't want her to have cut hair anymore, so. But this one, she had been played with quite a bit as well. So yeah, her fingertips, you can see the fingertips are kind of worn down. And this is what used to happen to a lot of my Barbies as well. Yeah, so you can see like the nails are almost like non-existent. Like, you can see how her fingertips are kind of slanted, and her middle fingertip is kind of flat looking. Yeah. She's also got all these scratches all over her hands and stuff, and then her panties are scuffed all to heck. So she was played with a lot. So, but I've always been nervous of getting Sunshine Day Barbies because of the delicate face paint. Because my original one and then this one had it happen. But so far, I've played with this one a lot. Especially after rerooting her, and her face paint has lasted. Like, nothing has ever happened to her face paint. So, I'm hoping the same is going to work for her. The only problem I have with this doll is that when I was taking her out of the packaging, so the envelope that the dolls came in, so this is the envelope that they came in, and so I was cutting along the top, and like that doll was like, her head was like pressing right up against here, and then I just saw strands of hair everywhere, and I was like, why is there hair everywhere? And then I realized, oh crap, I'm cutting off pieces of her hair. So there is literally, she has a little alfalfa sprout. I didn't cut off that much at all, but it's enough to like get on my last nerve. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but I did cut some of her hair off like right here. So I wound up pulling a hair plug from the back out of her head, and I actually have it right here. So I tied a knot at the end, and I will be rooting it in that same spot to cover up the area that I cut off accidentally. So, but yeah, and then of course her dress, I was I was needing another Princess Bride Barbie dress. So my original Princess Bride, well, actually she's not my original one. I had one when I was 13. I don't have that one anymore because her head snapped off and her waist broke, so. But this was my second one that I got, and she actually came with her original dress. So, and her original dress is like this already, like it's been tattered. Whoever owned her played with her a lot. But she still works. But yeah, I found another one. I honestly can't remember where I found this one. I know I found her when I lived in my hometown when I was a teenager. But I can't remember where I found her. It's kind of like blowing, like maybe I either got her at an indoor like garage sale. There's this church organization that they would have an indoor garage sale like at the end of every month or whatever. And so I know that's where I got this one. And this one I think I got her from, because right across the street from there was the flea market, which was called First Monday Trade Days, and they would do the same thing. That's when everyone would set up their like tents and everything to put out all the stuff they wanted to sell. And so maybe I got her from there. I can't remember really, but long story short, one of the other reasons I got the lot was because she needed a dress. So now she gets her original dress back because this one has been wearing that dress for the longest time. I originally thought this was like a Cinderella dress. One of my Cinderella dolls wore it for the longest time. I didn't think that it went to her because she looked so basic, like the straight hair and everything, but now my perspective over this doll has changed, and I'm like, yeah, she totally rocks that dress. It's totally hers. So yeah, I got her. And funny story, when I got my first glitter hair Barbie, I found in someone's old shed. My glitter hair Barbie is actually wearing this piece, the blue thing that goes on over. I have no idea what happened to it. I lost it ages ago. I remember whenever I was like putting the dress on one of these, I went looking for it. I never found it, so I guess it got lost, but now I have a new one. And someone unfortunately cut the straps off of it, but it stays up, so I don't really mind. So, but I do have an extra dress for her. And so now I can actually do the thing where she transforms from this is supposed to be like her princess form. So it's just a blue thing over the dress is what makes her a princess, I guess. So, and you just take this off, and it does like to snag on the tool, the mesh. But yeah, they cut the satin ribbons off for some reason. I don't know why, but I have another one of these now. It's funny, my glitter hair Barbie that I'd found, she had been exposed to sunlight, and so when you look on her back, you can actually see like the designs of the where it got sun damaged. So it's basically Barbie tan line, so you can like literally see this flower design on her back and stuff. So, but yeah, so I've got another one of those, and I have another dress now for her. So, and I will be getting all these dolls cleaned up. Take all these ones away. I'm going to be cleaning up the dolls and their clothes and everything. The hair is, these dolls they basically seem like they were never played with. Like, their hair has been shuffled around a little bit, but there's like no severe matting or damage from brushing or anything like that. No missing plugs. These dolls basically look like they were played with only one time, and that was it. So as old as they are, and they have lasted, they have withstood the test of time. Still bummed out about the staining, but the seller didn't know about. It's one thing my sister-in-law said. She was like, because I had mentioned about about the top, the blue top. I had mentioned about that, and she was like, did the seller disclose that in the listing? And I'm like, no, but they probably didn't even know, because they probably don't know about Barbies, so they don't probably know about all that stuff. So like this one, they probably didn't know that her legs were made of this like softer, like flexible vinyl plastic, so they didn't know that the skirt was gonna stain or anything. So, and besides, I didn't even have to pay for these dolls, so I'm not really complaining. I find dolls with stains on them at the thrift store all the time, so it's fine. I'll figure something out with her. But she was one that I didn't have, and now I have kind of an upgrade of this Indonesia one from my original one that's like her, that I found at the thrift store in 2014. Yeah, she, eventually her neck, see, I had to repair her neck, so that's why she only moves side to side now. But yeah, her neck got pretty busted. So I had to wind up doing neck repairs on her. So that was after I had gotten her. And her torso has yellowed, so I'm assuming that was another factor that played into the plastic eventually decaying and cracking and stuff like that. So, but this one, her torso is not yellow at all. So yes, whoever owned these dolls, they've probably been in storage for who knows how long. They were barely played with at all. So I will definitely come back with another video on them cleaned up and show you what they look like then. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching. More videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.